Let's do this.
Right.
Right here, right now, bitch. Quick draw.
Never fucking try.
Monkey D. Goofy. D. Goofy. Remember this bad guy.
Why would they do that, bro?
Bro, because it's getting you ready, don't
Yeah, no. Alright, yo, what is good, people? It's your boy T-Rav. I am here with another video right now. I got the Book of Boba Fett season finale episode review, and really just the general season review. But before I get into all that, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out theLocation. The link will be in my description. That is exclusively for our podcast that me and Rome do. But for now, let's go ahead and hop in. So, man, just to wrap up this season like this, dog, it's like, when you got the all-star team that we had, it was pretty hard for me to imagine that we was going to lose. But the way Cad Bane was coming out, dog, it was like, we were not going to beat this man. This dude is quick draw, McGraw, everybody. He came up in there when Boba had the freaking Ron car, and he got him up out of here with ease. He walks up in there, he's like, oh, make a move, make a move. And they heavily imply that he's the one that trained Boba Fett on how to be a bounty hunter. At least that's what I think is the case. I'm not exactly sure on that, but that's just kind of the feeling I got from it. Because he was talking about, this is my last lesson to you. And dog, when he got to talking about his family and how the blood of your father runs through your veins. Weakness. Yes, I was like, oh my goodness. And his theme song, yeah, that's sick. I know, like, I hopped straight into the main villain of the season and of the episode. Really, he only got introduced in the last episode when he gunned down Marshall. Talk about that later. But I'll go ahead and talk about it now. I mean, we all knew that Marshall wasn't going to be dead. We didn't get him in the actual battle or anything. The villagers of Freetown think that he was murdered in cold blood, but you see at the very end, he was actually in the back to tank, and he was being worked on by the cybernetic dude, right? So, obviously, he's going to be involved in the future. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another Boba Fett season. There's going to be a more Mandalorian. Obviously, he's reunited with Grogu. Obviously, we're going to be following that because, you know, that seems to be the newest cash cow that Mickey and Star Wars have concocted. So they're going to run with that for sure. And I like it, to be honest, but I kind of was hoping that Mando would stay by himself. But it is also good to at least now, like, Grogu is capable, clearly. I mean, he's reaching a level of mastery now where it's like, the potential is really crazy, especially because he's going to be like the legend of old that they said united all of Mandalore and stuff like that. He was half Jedi, half Mandalorian, and he was like the biggest problem back in the day. That is Grogu right now. And obviously he's not at the peak of his prowess of what he's going to be. But man, when he starts getting there, because it's just that species, Yoda's species, is clearly so tapped in to the Force that it's something to be worried about, man. Because, like, I don't think we really know the full extent of their capabilities and stuff like that. So I am definitely excited to see how crazy he gets in terms of his powers. But, you know, Mando, I can't speak enough about Mando. He's willing to be there and stand on his honor and his creed. He's still living by his creed even to this day. And Boba even kind of mocks him for it, talking about, you still believe in that Bantha bullcrap? And he was like, yeah, this is the way. And he was like, well, good. Because he knows that if it wasn't for that, then he would have dipped. Anybody else would have dipped. And he gave him the opportunity to get out. because they decided to hole up in the city after they bombed that bar with our lady. It's so sad that she got taken out. But that club was banging. Hopefully they can rebuild it, get another owner in there. But I'm gonna miss her, I'm not gonna lie. But they had to hole up in the city instead of holding up in the palace, because I guess it would have been more of a disadvantage, and they could kind of maneuver better and run and hide within the ruins of the city. And also, it gave the townsfolk the feeling that they weren't abandoning them, so they're kind of protecting the people while they're taking out the enemy, which is clever, because they did need the people's help, even though the people and the citizens were the ones that turned on them in the first place. When the people of Freetown showed up, it started turning the tides and things like that. And honestly, they had no answer for those droids, which is crazy to me, that the Darksaber couldn't cut through those shields just off gate. But the Ronkar can hit it hard enough to damage the shields, and then that allows the Darksaber to be able to let us slip in there, you know. So I thought that was a little weird. Clearly Mando has a long way to go. I need this nigga to really learn how to maneuver this thing, because it just seems like he's just slow and heavy every swing he hit. He tries, so he's definitely got to improve on that. Boba, dog. It's like, you see at the end of the episode when he's walking through the city after having caught the dove, you know, because he had a lot of help. Mando was there watching his back. There was the sick shootout where they go and they charge out in front of everybody, and it's just Mando and him back to back, and then they're eating shots and like kind of covering for each other with the armor that they got on. It was sick, bro. And then Fennec is off on the rooftops, like running to different groups and gunning down a bunch of people at a time. And in the end, she's actually the one that goes and finds the head of the Pike Syndicate and stuff like that. Takes care of the real business, does the real work, and takes out the mayor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, without Fennec, these type of problems would come up again. And I like the fact that even though she's a good guy, she's still putting in that work in the shadows that really makes all this run. Like, yeah, Boba can be idealistic all he wants, but Fennec is the smart one, who's the right hand, and she's gonna make sure to protect her liege's interests. So I respect that, dog. And you see, like I said, by the end of the episode, when Boba's walking through the city, and, you know, he's in pain and stuff like that, but he walks through and he gets treated with respect. The children, they come up and they offer him fruits. He's the daimyo, but he's one of the people. You know what I'm saying? He's amongst them as they help rebuild, and they're glad to do it. So I definitely want to give a shout out to this season of the Book of Boba Fett, because I do like the character of Boba Fett and Fennec, and even the stuff we went on and did with Mando and his little side ventures and things like that. Yeah, and also the fact that we got the double jetpack scene. That shit was fire. Grogu is taming Ronkars out here and stuff like that. But it needs to be said, as a whole, as a season, I know it's just the first season and all that, but Book of Boba Fett is not as good as The Mandalorian. And I think it's pretty clear the fact that The Mandalorian has a pretty good section of this show kind of dedicated towards him. And that's some of the more standout stuff. I'm not saying that I'm not interested and intrigued with the things that Boba Fett is going through. I actually think his story is really sick, but I think they probably should have kept them separate. Maybe bring Mando in at the very end. I know they're trying to intertwine these stories and all that stuff. And if they keep doing that and keep bringing Boba Fett and other things, then that'll probably work out pretty well in the end. But I do think that this season was not quite as good as The Mandalorian, if I'm keeping it real. But this is definitely plugging me in so much more into the Star Wars universe. But that is going to do it for this season of the Book of Boba Fett. There's no confirmation as to what's coming next. We have no idea, but I am ready for whatever they're dropping, because I know what is next in terms of Star Wars at least the big thing I'm looking forward to, the Kenobi show. I think that's dropping in a month or so. So I am super looking forward to that, dog, because that is my favorite character. All the Star Wars, I think, in terms of a character, he's dope. And Ewan McGregor is like, it's going to be hard to like play that character and not like, whoever they have playing him, I don't know if it's actually him playing the role. I doubt that, but if it is, that would be crazy. But whoever's playing the role, I hope they kill it because, like I said, it's one of my favorites. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It's been the Book of Boba Fett. I'll catch you on the next one. It's been your boy T-Rav, and I'm out.